Hi there, my friends. So I have yet another deck introduction sort of quick look for you. I'd really like to get back to making educational videos at some point. That's sort of what this channel's for, and it's what I miss doing. But between actually teaching and working on the books, there's two in process. It's been like a lot of the ideas that I would usually bring to the channel are sort of going in there. So. But I do have some things that are marinating for future videos down the line. So anyway, this is Tarot Morandi, and it is a new Marseille style. It's not straight up Marseille deck, and I love it. And I'm gonna do a little sherry poo with you. And so this is by Vincent Molina Pardo. And so this was shipped internationally. This was a Kickstarter. God, finish the sentence. This was a Kickstarter. And it came internationally. So I'm always very nervous lately because international shipping has been such a mess. So I was worried, it took a long time to get here, but it got here. But it was an anxious moment waiting for it to come in. But I'm very excited that it's here. So, standard talk box. It does not come in order, which I think is just a function of the printing. So I have looked at this because I did put it back in order. Although I don't know why the Ace of Swords is on top. Maybe I didn't put it back in order. Oh, what did I do? Let's get our shit together. So I must have put them in order and then broken them in half. Alright, here we go. So, let's zoom in. It does come with some extra cards. There's a little thank you card. And then there are 2 yes and no cards. So here's one of the no's and another one. And then here's one of the yeses and the other yeses. So, and this is the back, which I quite like. And I like this overall. I really like the shape of the cards. For some reason, it's not an unusual shape. It's just something about the ratio of the cards that I'm really digging. So, and then of course it's the art style. It's this very, just lovely is not the right word. It's a very fun style that I'm really drawn to. I was really excited when I started seeing pictures of this. So here we have the Fool and the Magician. So it has qualities of decks like Parpolka or like the Della Luna by Patrick Valenza. But it's not grit. So it has a similar art style in terms of these really impressionistic faces and whatnot, but it's not grim. It's not, spooky. It's just a very, I don't use the word normal. It's a very straightforward tarot deck. It's not a theme of spookiness like those are. But it does have an impressionistic quality to the faces, which I love. I really love the style. As soon as I saw this, I knew that I was going to back it. So here we have the Lovers. This makes me because this little moment here does remind me of the kid at the end of Hereditary. Just saying. That is a little spooky. This is such a good movie, though. So here's the Chariot and Justice. It's such a great Hermit. I haven't shuffled this yet because I've been waiting to make this video. I was going to do it yesterday, but it was Monday. I was so worn out at the end of the day. Just so worn out lately. It's tough to focus. I'm taking a class in astrology, actually Sheila Height's class, who I'm a big fan of. And it's kind of an intro level. And there's a couple books I have to read as pre-work. And it's focusing on reading lately has been so tough for me. And so I really have to discipline myself. And I think just sort of both the combination of a year in lockdown and just social media, my attention span is shot to hell. So, you know, I mean, it's whenever I do a walkthrough of a Marseille deck, I feel like I need to keep talking, and this, you know, this is just artistically, it's like its own unique style, and that's what I like so much about it. I like the color palette. I love the the shapes. It's just charming, you know, and usable too. It's not too whimsical. You know, I have some whimsical decks that are a-okay. But I don't reach for whimsy as a general rule. This has a quality of sort of, you know, playfulness that I like in a deck because, of course, Tarot, as I always say, started as a game. And so now we get into the suits and to move a little more quickly through it. I love the... these are... So how this would really separate from a more traditional style Marseille is... So here's a little annoying thing while I'm doing this. My table is up against the wall. And I have really heavy-footed neighbors upstairs, and anytime I look at my cards in the morning, there's like a layer of like dust or silt from like their stomping upstairs as like pieces of the ceiling fall. So that's charming. Apartment living, can't beat it. Although I do have full-time maintenance, so... So in a traditional Marseille deck, you know, the pips do have these, what we call arabesques. Just little adornments, little decorations that, you know, would just sort of embellish the card. And some Marseille readers do incorporate that into their reading. I tend not to, but a lot of readers do. And so what you won't see in this deck is that. There are no adornments or arabesques on the minors. Now, as you know, if you have been watching my last few videos, I am living for really simple, uncluttered cards right now. And so this is right up my alley because it's so simple and I can sort of see immediately what I'm looking at. And that's really key to me. Also, I love green. It's one of my favorite colors. These wands are these beautiful greens with these red tips. And it's just really fresh. And I love the white space. I love the negative space. And then one of the suits at least does have a background, and I'll show you that when we get there. So here we have the page. Each card is in English and Spanish. There's the Queen and the King. And so cups do something really cool, which is they break the line, they break the border, and they go to the edge. So some of the cards in cups have, like, they break through its own border, which I really like a lot. I like when an artist kind of gently breaks the rules a little bit. But their own rules is what I mean by that, not that there are rules for doing this. Whoops. The grade 10. And so here we have the page and the knight and the queen and the king. And so the suit of swords actually does have a background. So you'll see that the same sort of it's actually the same pattern that's on the back, I think, just turned and lightened. But this sort of, you know, very, very simple, very stark, very clean. And again, you can see what you're looking at immediately. And I like that this doesn't happen on every suit, this background. I think that that's a cool choice. It's a very different tan. And then here's the page, the knight, the queen, and the king. And then coins also has that background. And the coins have this sort of great haughty face on it that it makes me laugh. And then we do get an arabesque here with the 3 of coins. So these are slightly more traditional in their layout. And then we have, oh, I hate when that happens. The page, the knight, the queen, and the king. So that's the deck. Let's do a little shuffle. I love shuffling cards. So, when I last saw a post from the creator, I know that they only had about 9 decks left of this print run, and they were wondering whether they should do another print run. I wholeheartedly believe another print run is a good idea, because I really like this deck. But I don't know if they've decided yet. If you want to visit them, they are at Taro Morandi on Instagram. So Morand. Let's just lay some out. In my ubiquitous square of 9. That is really my go-to spread for just about everything. So really just, you know, it's great. I really love it a lot. I think it's cool. I think it's got a great style. I think it's interesting and it's unique. And I was a big proponent. When the Kickstarter was out, I remember really pushing this on Instagram. Because I really wanted to see it fund, and it did. And I just, I think it was worth the wait. And so that is that. That's the Taro Morandi. And I think, or Morandi, I'm not sure. I think that, if there's any left, definitely check out the author's Instagram. Otherwise, again, thanks for watching. I hope you're well. I hope you're safe. Try to get vaccinated. I'm waiting for my turn, and be good. Talk soon.